Hey everybody, Aaron here, and this is another fan request review. I haven't done one of these in a while. This fan request review comes from Kami, who wanted me to review Oreimo ga Kono ni Kawaii Wake ga Nai, or Oreimo for short, and the English translation is, I can't believe my sister is this cute. So, I think I'm gonna first just kind of describe what this show is about before people start hearing the title and going, wait, what? So, you have brother and sister Kyosuke and Kurino, right there actually on the screen, and they're very distant towards one another. Kyosuke is your typical normal high school student who's very normal, doesn't do anything that's very outish. He doesn't get great grades, he gets mediocre grades, but he seems like he wants to kind of fit into that category, and there's a reason for that. And then you have Kurino, who's a middle school student who is already has a job in doing like kind of show stuff, like TV stuff and advertisements and stuff. She's very athletic, she's very intellectual, and so you have, I think, a rift already between them in terms of where their places are in society and in the household, that they already are very distant towards one another. They actually avoid each other as much as they can. They avoid talking to each other at dinner, etc., etc. Until one fateful night where Kyosuke ends up finding a package that was delivered to Kurino, and inside that package was a ergo game, which I'm not going to describe what an ergo game is. I think you should look that up if you're really that curious about it. It's a game, though, essentially a visual novel type game, usually with kind of sexual tones and stuff like that, but there's something more, I think, famous with the otakus than normal people who play visual novels or video games. And I'm not an otaku. I always, by the way, just real fast, I actually, as much anime as I watch and as much Japanese culture I like and stuff like that, I've always considered myself on the boundary of otaku and normal guy, because I really don't have, I don't play visual novels very often. I only play a few of them, and I don't like certain visual novels like ergo games and stuff like that. I try to avoid them. So I'm in between the otaku world and the normal world of video games. Anyways, though, so what essentially you see the show happen is you see Kyosuke defend his sister and protect her from the parents finding out that she had this type of game by saying that game is his. And it's the first time that Kurino actually, I think, ends up re-talking to her brother since they were little. And as the show progresses, and I'm reviewing both seasons by me talking about this, you'll actually see this brother and sister get closer to one another, kind of start talking to one another. He end up counseling her on her life, because apparently Kurino, as much as she's popular and much as she's smart and stuff, she actually is not a well-liked person in the world of talking about anime and stuff like that, because she doesn't do it with other people. She actually lies to most people and tells them she hates those type of games, when she has a secret collection in her closet of all these ergo games and secret animes and stuff like that. And what is creepy about Oreimo and what's not creepy about it, the not creepy part is that on the outside the show is like a romance / comedy, which it seems like that's perfectly logical. It works very well as a comedy. This show is funny. I kid you not, I've seen the whole series, and by the way, I also watched this using a thing called a randomizer on anime websites back then when it first came out, which is how I even found this in the first place when I was younger. But on the outside, it's a very funny show. It doesn't do anything that creepy, but the inner tone is what sometimes is creepy. The show kind of plays around with the word incest and concepts, and it doesn't ever do it on a way that you'll get grossed out or you'll go, oh, whoa, you don't want to watch it. But it plays around with that tone, and I'm warning you, as any viewers of this, that it's a show I recommend watching, but just note that there are moments that are kind of creepy. And I think I don't think Oreimo tries to be creepy on purpose. I think what it's trying to do, and this is at least my thoughts, is it's trying to create a scenario where brothers and sisters are very close in general, or they try to be. And I know a lot of people say, oh, they're not this close. That's true, I know that. But when they're kids, the world to them is a little different depending on how their age group is and what they're exposed to and how much they are actually always together. And they find out things about themselves that then they realize, okay, these are not right, these are not normal. It kind of happens. I think it's something that happens to any brother or sister coupling or pairing. It's just something that it sounds kind of odd, but I think that does happen to at one point, and or at least something around the whims of that they learn about how they are as a couple in terms of as a brother and sister pairing. So yeah, Oreimo, it's all the way through. It never really delves into the concept that it states too strongly. It always has that kind of undertone where Kyosuke does love his sister, and it's not in a creepy manner, at least initially. It's always more so on the outside of him just wanting to protect her and keep her safe. It's only toward the end, the last few episodes, and I know that the ending's famous for this, where it gets kind of creepy. And even then, I can't believe I'm saying this, but even then, there's something less creepy about the show and more kind of sad about these two characters that have kind of lived their recent 10-15 years kind of apart from each other. Not 10 to 15 years, because I think she's 14, he's 17 or something like that. But they've lived most of their lives now as they used to be very close, and then kind of grew very far apart. And I think what's happening in the show, and I think they try to represent it, is them trying to rebuild those missing years really fast. Them playing the house concept, them playing together as kids. They try to build that really fast. And I know a lot of websites have this show as a harem. I don't think that's true. I mean, I know there's multiple girls that do like our main character, but they never like him in the sense that it's ever so bad that they're trying to vie for his attention. More so, only one ever is really trying to vie for his attention, and even ends up becoming a girlfriend to him for a little while. But it's never so harem-esque that you're gonna see, oh, these girls all together, they're trying to all fight for the one. They don't do that. So I don't know if I like the word harem for this show. It's not really plausible to use that. So anyways, to kind of wrap this review up, Oreimo has a good plot. It has good characters. I actually love all the characters. They're all funny and they're all kind of quirky as otakus and kind of normal people go. The animation is very nice. I actually like the colorful and kind of cartoony animation that it goes for. And overall, the voice acting is very good too. I've only seen the Japanese one. I don't think they ever made an English dub. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but I think only Japanese. But if I had to give this review an A through an F, I give it a B+. It's a very good show. It's not, again, it's got that creepy undertone that might turn people off. And I trust me, I was there for a little while when I first watched this, because I went into this and I started seeing that creepy tone, but I was already midway through the show before I started noticing it getting kind of more advanced as the show progressed. And it's something that once I think you're at that point, you're going to keep watching, because again, it's really funny. It's almost very emotional towards certain points. Not to the point that you're gonna get a clan head ending, but it has emotions to it. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like, comment, subscribe if you did. Comment. I hope this review was acceptable to you. I actually hope you thought this review was good. And until next time, until our paths cross again, next review. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.